Well, the Panama Papers also implicated some big names in Africa. They include a nephew of South African President Jacob Zuma, the twin sister of Democratic Republic of Congo, President Joseph Kabila, the jailed former governor of Nigeria's oil-rich Delta State, and the petroleum minister of Angola, among others. For insights into the implications of the Panama Papers, I'm joined by Tom Cardamone, Managing Director Global Financial Intergrity. Mr. Cardamone, welcome to Africa 54.
Good to be with you today.
Now, first, this kind of covers the entire globe. Question is, how did it go on this long without anybody noticing?
Well, it went on because of the secrecy inherent in the global financial system. It is not illegal to create anonymous shell corporations, and that is what is at the heart of this issue. The ability for a politician or a high net worth individual to be able to go to an offshore jurisdiction, create a company completely anonymously, and then create a bank account is the conduit to be able to funnel money into those accounts.
This is kind of known, but somewhere along the way, this was not noticed by somebody. Who would have monitored this?
Well, it has been part of the financial system for the last 30, 40, 50 years. It has become more and more common over time, but it has been in place for quite a long time. In the United States, for instance, Delaware is known for a place to create limited liability companies. That's what we call them in the States. But those are all completely anonymous. It is unknown who controls these companies.
Now, we have mentioned, there's a whole list of African nations, Africans rather, from different countries who have been mentioned here. What would happen now? What would be the implications of this kind of revelation?
I think that has to be decided by the people in those particular countries. As we've seen in the tape we just looked at, in Iceland, there's been a very strong reaction by the public. It has caused the Prime Minister to resign. Probably similarly in Africa or any other country where this is an issue, similar actions have to happen before there's any change at the top of those governments.
Now, besides just some political action on the streets, legally, is there anything some either private citizens or somebody within a country could do to make sure they can bring back some of this money?
Well, hopefully within the justice ministries of those countries, investigations can begin to determine what exactly happened, how much money was moved, where it came from, who controlled it, how did they hide it. And those investigations have to take place before any legal action can actually be taken.
Yes. Just so we make it very clear here to our viewers, what does it mean when people do that? What are they doing with the money?
What are they doing with the money?
Yeah, when they're transferring it offshore.
Offshore can mean anywhere from a country like Panama, actually to a state like Delaware in the U.S. It is a place to hide funds, either to evade tax or launder money from illegal activity that may have taken place prior to that.
So it's not something where somebody may say, well, I didn't realize I was doing, I was just keeping money in some bank or investing in some company.
It won't be a surprise to the person who actually moves the money. No, it's a very conscious decision that they've set up these types of opaque corporations.
So very quickly, what do you see in the coming days happening at the global level that would help stop this practice?
Yeah, this is a global systemic problem with governance, and I think the group of 8 countries or the group of 20 countries have to begin to really focus on this with other global rulemaking bodies to basically eliminate the ability of any individual to create a company anonymously. It is that veil between who is the actual ultimate owner of a company and the money that has to be changed. We have to remove that veil so law enforcement and tax authorities understand who actually owns these companies.
Transparency, right?
Transparency, that's exactly right.
Well, Mr. Cardamone, we do appreciate very much your
insight. Thank you very much.